If you've ever been to a party, there's a pretty good chance you've had 1 or 2 or 10 deviled eggs. They're creamy, tangy, have the perfect hint of spice, and as I know all too well, a little bit addictive. Well, I'm going to show you how with just a handful of ingredients and a few simple steps, you can make the best deviled eggs you'll ever have. And you won't even have to go to a party to try them. The eggs are the star of the show here, so it's important to cook them properly beforehand. I like to use the stovetop method to make my hard-boiled eggs because I can keep a close eye on them. But you can also use a pressure cooker or a slow cooker for a more hands-off approach. When your eggs are done, immediately add them to an ice bath to stop the cooking, so the yolks will have that perfect golden color. The nice thing about hard-boiled eggs is you can prep them ahead of time and store them in the fridge until you're ready to use them. Peeling eggs is never fun, but I do have a favorite method I've been using to peel my eggs for years. I call it the tap and roll. Lightly tap the egg on your counter, roll it back and forth a few times, and then the shell will just slip right off. Now that the eggs are taken care of, we can start to prep the filling. In place of the traditional vinegar, we're going to add milk instead. It's a little out of the ordinary, but this one little swap creates a super creamy, melt-in-your-mouth texture. Mixing with a fork here works great because it really breaks up the yolks and also fully incorporates the other ingredients. If you're making these deviled eggs ahead of time for a party or dinner, this is a great place to pause because you can just wrap your egg whites and filling separately and then store them in the fridge for a couple days. Now comes the fun part, piping the filling. This is where a simple hard-boiled egg transforms into a deviled one. With a piping bag or a sandwich bag with the tip cut off, gently pipe about a tablespoon of filling into each egg white half. You can use different piping tips here too, like a star nozzle if you want. Sometimes you don't always have time for fancy piping, so for a no-frills look, just use a couple spoons to scoop the filling. I like to keep my garnish simple for deviled eggs. A sprinkle of fresh chopped parsley and a dash of paprika. But there are way more options to choose from, like crumbled bacon and blue cheese, sriracha and lime zest. Even dill and smoked salmon would be good. Have some fun with it. And if you're planning on serving these to a crowd, I suggest making more than you think you'll need. They are so irresistible, it'll be a miracle if they even make it to the table.